Guys, I hope you're doing well. I hope your weather's not part of this crazy storms and tornado warnings that everybody's been getting. I was going to do the Pick-a-Stitch for this week, and it is called Shells and Cords. We're just going to use this kind of light aqua yarn that I received out of a kit that I bought from Goodwill. It's not great yarn, but it's good for doing this. I buy not great yarn. It'll break real easy. I've used it for my poinsettia, one of the yarns from my poinsettia granny square, and it's real easy to, if you pull too hard for it to break. So let's get back to the shells and cords. And this, I said, this was the Pick-a-Stitch winner. It's in a multiple of 8 stitches. So we're going to do 24, just do your slip stitch and just do your chain of 24. Or whatever size you want to use, as long as it's a multiple by 8. Okay, so I have my 24, and if you hear a fan in the back, I apologize, but my air is not working, and it's very stuffy in my apartment today. So I have 24, and then we're going to chain 2, which is going to be a count as a double crochet. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then after that fifth one, we're 6 one. After you count 5, the next one we're going to do our double crochet. Start. And we're going to do 2 double crochets in 1 stitch. I'm just going to go right back in there, do the second one. And then we're going to chain 2. And then we're going to look back at it, and we're going to go right next to it. We're going to make it alongside it, and we're going to put 2 more. Of course, this is the shell part, so we are going to work on, they're going to be the cords when we start climbing up on our sample. And for this, we're going to count 1, 2, 3. We're going to do a half double next to each other. So 1, then another one right next to it, 2. And now we're going to count 3 again. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to start that double. Make sure I 1, 2, 3. I am just double checking because I want, otherwise we'll be off at the end. Yeah, okay. Making sure I'm doing my counts right. I don't want to mess anybody up. So we're going to do the 2 doubles. We're going to do our shell. Well, I lost that one. We're going to chain 2. And we're going to do 2 doubles. And then we're going to do 1, 2, 3, half double. Well, this hook is also from that kit. I haven't used it. Just kind of what I had in front of me. I've got so many projects going and my hooks are with them. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3. And we're back to doing our half doubles, our doubles rather. Chain 2. Remember, we're going to go straight right next to it. And then we skip to the third one, and that's going to end on a double crochet. Which is confusing because, to be honest about it, the directions show, the diagram shows half double crochet, but the risen direction says a double crochet, so that's what we're going to end up with. And all the other rows are that way. So now for row 2, we're going to chain, turn, then chain 2. I'm following the direction as they give it to us. So we are going to go straight to these middle chain 2s, and then we're going to repeat this pattern: double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, but we're going to work all these in the chain 2s in the previous shell. So it's all worked in one space, chain 2. Now how loose and how tight you do your stitches will vary, and the size hook and yarns that you do, of course. Mine tend to be a little bit more open than maybe the sample or yours might be, but I'm not sure how else to be honest, but I'm not sure how else to do that. So we are going to be doing, in these half doubles, we are going to be working a double crochet going one direction. We're going to do brain work, front post, and then double crochet, and then the other direction we'll do back post. So we are going to go over here to our half doubles, and we're going to go ahead and do, and they are double crochets. This first row is the only one that had the half doubles, and then we're going to do that again. And we just want to make sure this ridge is always in the front. And then we're going to skip over here to do our shell. I'm going to do another row with you, and then I'm going to let you, if you want to continue work on your sample, make it a little bit bigger, then I'll let you do that, because after the next row, it's pretty much a repeat. You keep repeating row 2 and 3. So, except for, and well, yeah, because we're going to do the front post, and then when we go back, we'll do a back post double crochet. And they all just go in these chain 2s, so it makes it really easy to know where your next stitches are going. I think that's why I liked it. It looks pretty, and it might even look a little complicated, but it's once you get it down pat, it's an easy repeat. So we're at the end, and so what we're going to do, we're going to put a double crochet in our chain 2 that we did earlier. Okay, and now we're ready for row 3. We're going to chain 2, and we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to go jump into this chain 3. I'm almost put in the wrong place, didn't I? Chain 2, and those are our shell stitches stacked on top of each other. Okay, so now we're at these cords that we're doing. We went here last time, but this time we are going to go, okay, let me see, make sure we're going to go behind it or in front. Our hook's going to go in front of our stitch this time. The first time we went behind our stitch and we grabbed our yarn, and this time we are going to go put our hook, come through, put our hook in front of that stitch, pull our yarn through, and do our double crochet. Let's do that again. We're going to go in front of that double crochet, and I know that sounds like it should be a opposite way, but that's the back, because we're pulling it back. So we're going to do our shell stitch, chain 2, And we're going to do that again. We're going to start our double crochet. We're going to go find the previous one. We're going to go under and around the, and we're going to pull it. And we're going to do that again. And then we're just going to do our last shell. Chain 2. And then we're going to go to the top of that double crochet we had before, or chain 2 before, not the double. Okay, so there we go. So now we're going to turn, chain 2, and then when we look at it, you're starting to see your cords. And let's go ahead and do this one more time. Okay. Make that proper. Double crochet. Chain 2. Double crochets. Alright, so we're back to our cords. So this time we are going to go pull that stitch forward, bring our yarn. So again, we start with our double crochet, but this time we're going and pulling that stitch forward. So when it starts to climb, it's all showing on the one side. And we're going to get ready to do it one more time. Okay, so let's do that again. We start with our wrapping our yarn around for our double crochet. We go behind that double crochet and we finish it off. Yarn over, go behind, and we'll finish that off. And then we're going to do our last shell, and that's where we're going to stop here for the tutorial, because this is what it's like for the rest of the, if you're working on a project, it's just repeating those. Did you guys like the fact that I used previous stitches to get a vote in? Because I know sometimes people like both samples, but when they pick one, so by bringing that back, that's what happened with this corded one. A lot of people liked it, but they you know, weren't sure which one they liked the most, so they had a hard time picking it out. Okay, so I'm just going to pull that. And there we go. So we can see our shells and columns. And I hope you like that. We're just doing a small sample. But then you would just, you know, repeat row 3 when you turn. That's what we're just going to be, you know, so it's a repeat of 2 and 3. Using all double crochets and chains. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. And I appreciate you stopping in and watching. We will revisit some of the other stitches I've done before, and I'm going to have to tag mine, because I tell you what, I forget which ones are which sometimes. I think these two we haven't done, and this is, and it's checkered, and then this is using that front post, and you know, same type stitching here. So if you'd like that and want to do another one, I might put these on there, or I might actually just play around with my book and see and discover something we haven't done before. So that's about what Oh, I can't talk. I am so sorry. So we'll see what gets put up later. It all depends on how my weather's going and my internet. As long as it's working good, we will have that up today. And if for some reason it doesn't, I will get it up as soon as possible. I have two more like this. We have the basket weave, if you're interested in that. And then I have a mock knit stitch. It's a lot of directions and it's a little bit bigger of a challenge. I will try that one. So we might throw that in the mix. In the basket weave, we might try that and see how. A little bit complicated. I don't know whether you got one more complicated stitch or an easier stitch. You can let me know in the comments. That way, ooh, this woven shell is pretty too. We might try that one. But anyway, let me know in the comments. Would you like a basic simple stitch? That's not complicated, or would you like me to try to make a more challenging stitch? Okay, guys, thanks for watching again. I will talk to you later. I keep saying I'm going to leave, and then I chat more, and I apologize for that. And I will see you soon. Bye. Thanks again for watching.